All right, we're back. I also increased some font sizes here. So, okay, so we got a picture of a dog. That's awesome, I guess. Shift that over. Um, let's see. How do I auto wrap? There we are. Okay, so do. Oh, okay. So, we got the dog picture. Let's see if I can't fetch that on the front end. Um, which hopefully should be somewhat simple. I think it is just fetch. So that's website backend. Okay. So let's see. Guess we need a. How does JavaScript fetch work? It's funny for working in JavaScript so much. I'm actually not doing a whole lot of front end or back end. I tend to use JavaScript for other purposes. Okay, but I do remember there being a fetch. So, yep, URL. We fetch the URL. Amazing. So, let's go ahead and we might want to like a resource. So, the resource might be. Oh, what am I doing? Let's actually make that a function. Okay, so I want to be able to say like, get me the dog picture, and then it gets the dog picture, right? So, we need to learn more about Express and how to take in params. So, I don't know. Routing, sure. Mm, um, there's like some sort of syntax here. Regular expressions, that's cool. Route params, here we are. So, if we come back to server, app.get, I want like images slash resource name. Something like that, right? And then we could do, slash dog and so on. Um, so it's in the request parameters, I think, right? Yeah. From to SFO. Okay, so this should be somewhat easy then. Ah, this keyboard is killing me. Yeah, it's just the wrapping. Okay. Oh, am I doing two space tabs? Wonderful. That bugs me. Whatever, that's fine. Okay. So we should have some params in here. So const resource equals request dot params dot resource name. And then should be able to just copy this. Media, and then, ooh, we don't know the file type. How am I going to? I wonder if I have a bad habit of over engineering and not explaining myself. So I'm thinking like, do I even want to track all of the possible image types I might be dumping? Maybe the best thing to do is like to query the directory of, in this case, media, which will be split into like images and videos and audio. To query based on the name, and then like so for example, if we can get all the files in a given directory, right, I can just look through the names of those files, and if dog is in one of them, right, it equals dog, then I don't really care about the extension. I just say, oh, this file is named, assuming, oh, that's assuming everything is unique. I guess as I upload photos, I can check against existing names, and if it exists, I just do like what a file system does and append underscore one or whatever, parentheses one. Do something like that. Um, Recording, yeah, thankfully. Okay, well, how about we do that? So const get files in directory, and then get the directory name. Okay. Hmm. Indirect. It's always nice trying to program after a day of like programming and meetings, trying to get my like mind in order. So, um, I know what's fun is I know how to do all this in Python like automatically. I don't think that's a brag at all. um, but shouldn't be hard to find out. GS get all file names files in directory. Hmm. Answers like this, like, are just really annoying. Oh, just a moment. I got a text. Okay, all good. Um, this is really annoying. So this dude's like, "Oh, it doesn't work in browser side, but server side," and then sends a link to a Wikipedia article saying, "Oh, you can use JavaScript on the server." Dude, this stuff right here is probably why AI is winning out, unfortunately. Is because at least AI like gives you an answer even if it's wrong. They're not it's not going to like belittle you for asking a dumb question. It just, you know. Okay. Well, I think this is just like built into Node. If I remember right, I remember using the FS library at some point. Yeah. Yeah, it's just built into Node. Okay. So, I mean, I guess that other answer was, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then this is like wildly outdated. Look at this, 2015. That right there is why I like barely use Stack Overflow anymore. Especially with a language like JavaScript that's like constantly changing. But even like Java, right? Java has just kept evolving over the years. Um, so what is this? Let's read more about this. Reads the contents of a directory. Okay, awesome. We just pass it a path. And we can do a recursive search, and we can check for file types and encoding. That's cool. Okay. So const files equals fs dot. Do we need the sync? What's the difference between just... Oh. If I look up read directory, I get a few matches here. So what's the difference between read directory and a read directory sync? Reads the contents of a directory. Reads the contents of a directory. The callback gets... Oh, callbacks. Well, there you go. Okay. Let's use sync. Let's format this. And then we can actually just return this outright. Now, I'm not using a mouse. I'm using like a touchpad, so all of this is a little awkward for me. But that was like half the point of doing it this way, was doing it with like the cheapest equipment possible. This webcam I'm using was like $20. Its headset like $20. This laptop was 200, I want to say. Trash. It actually came with Windows 11, but it could not run Windows 11. So, okay. So const resource, we get the resource name. In this case, dog. And then, what does this actually return? Returns a list of strings. And for now, we just need to do media, though later we'll split it up into images and stuff. Or images, videos, audio. Okay, get files and directory, and then for now, media. Yeah, pantsing things is kind of rough because you never think things all the way through and you end up finding bugs later on. But it's kind of the fun of it. But what I'm thinking is like, okay, I know the name of it's dog, right? Um, how do I want to build this? A lot of programming is staring at the wall, so let me stare at the wall for a second and kind of talk through it. So I hit a web page, okay? Let's assume it's a web page that displays an image. I will need information about the files I have. So I need to get, request the files. Here, let me comment this. Okay. I need to get, request all available files. Then that way I don't need to do a guessing game. So like, I was heading down the wrong path. Because if we just have a function that returns all of the files in a given directory, I can just hoist those up to the front end. And then you click on it and it makes the request. That's not hard. And again, I'm not a back-end engineer. I'm sure there's like security or some little pieces I'm missing here. But yeah, so get request, files, on page load, um, add links for each of the files. Um, when clicking on a link, the name of the resource should be available to get from the server. So we'll know it's an image. So how about this? Let's split that out right now. Do images. Put dog in there. And then let's ditch that. And you'll notice I'm also not using classes or any of the others. Sugar. I guess I'm using arrow functions. I don't, for no particular reason outside of I use them a lot. Um, yeah, so that's about it, right? So we do need the get files and directory, but that needs to be like app dot get files. And then files needs to so wait, recursive. If true, reads the contents of a directory recursively. In recursive mode, it will list all files, subfiles, and directories. So maybe we add like a get all files, and then we return read directory sync, and then copy this over. Slash media. So options is what, an object here, and then recursive true. I wonder what that'll give us. We'll see. Get all files, res.send files. We'll see if that works. Okay, so here on the index side, I need to get, obviously. So fetch the base server URL, I guess is just localhost something. 3000, that's what it was. And then path. Is this how you're supposed to use fetch? MDN. What an amazing resource. Stack Overflow, not as much anymore, but MDN, amazing documentation. Oh, okay, so that gives us the response. Okay, so here. Const. Oh! 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 This is 2 space, and this is 4. That just bugs the heck out of me. Oh, and it just didn't. That's so annoying. Here, we'll just. I'm sure there's some command to fix this, but I'm just going to quickly. All I'm saying is PyCharm doesn't do this to me. VS Code's fine, but I couldn't run PyCharm on this laptop. It would eat into my resources. And then here, we're going to indent using tabs. Okay. Const response equals fetch. Ooh, await. Okay. Oh, not there. Yep. Async. Okay. Why would I forget that it's awaitable? Um, okay. So, you know, I'll just dump it in. I was going to make maybe a main function, but who cares? Just dump it in. Okay, so we want to get files after I actually finish this function. Man, I am off today. Let's extend this out just a little bit. Yeah, sure. We'll just copy this boilerplate. 2 tabs. Oh, do we just get the JSON? We don't need to parse. That'd be nice. Okay. So I'm just going to return. Hmm. What do we call it? Slash files. And then let's just see if we can log the files. I don't know if that's going to work. We might need to parse it. Okay. I mean, it says here that you should be able to. And they try catch this, which is not a bad idea, I guess. But for right now, I don't really care. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can't open this. Hello world. Amazing. And then we're going to see a failed request. URL is not defined. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah. Oh, because it wants me to hoist this into a server. Okay. Sure. Get a little what? Oh, yeah, because I'm globally installing. That's sudo. Oh. Okay, awesome. Um, what? Oh, because I keep spelling front end wrong. Okay. HTTP server. Actually, I think I was using a different packet. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's serving it now. What? Promise rejected. Yeah, obviously, because I'm not running my server, but oh, I must have screwed something up here. There we go. Oh, one, I'm not like awaiting. Can I await like that? I can't, can I? Why am I forgetting like basic JavaScript? I feel like yeah. I feel like a newbie, like a junior. Like if I just have this, how do I actually call it? Like how do I get into the async context? I guess I'm like always working in an async context. Recently I've been working with a lot of Playwright, and the cool thing about a Playwright is you can um, create a browser and then like a browser instance and go to a web page and inject a bunch of JavaScript, say for like user handlers, like event handlers. But all of that's like immediately, like more or less in an async context. So, JS, how to use fetch. Because like here, like they give us an example of like how to literally use it, but they don't really like give us an example of how to like just, fetch. See, this is a kind of crap I would like bounce off of AI. Yeah, okay. So I hate these websites. Okay, here we are. Yeah, they're using callbacks. This is window.fetch? Yeah. We don't want it in, like, we don't, I don't care about the window state. What am I missing here? It's kind of frustrating. How do I, actually kick off here? Unfortunately, little baby boy Bruce is going to, sacrifice his morals a little bit. Um, that feels bad. I hate AI. Even opening that felt bad. Okay, I've used fetch and React, but all of that's like kind of like built and ready to go for async await, and I'm purposely trying to not use React. Mostly because like I haven't used React in a long time, and the last time I used React was before Next.js became a big thing, and I'd have to relearn Next.js, which I've attempted to do, but then gave up because I didn't really care that much, and also I have a job. But like, and then this crap AI overview. I guess every time I Google something, um, I'm using AI. This sucks. It's like it's a decent tool. I just like you know. Do we just call back everything? We can. I think. Let's try it. Maybe we can't like I mean like A-way async is just all syntactic sugar for callbacks anyway. Like more or less the way I understand it. But don't listen to me, I guess. Okay. So dot then but like do we have to call back response.json then? No. Let's try it. Ugh, this trackpad's killing you. Like I have to return it in the then, right? Otherwise, I'm just going to return like a null value. Because if I like try to assign it outside of the then, it's not going to resolve. Hmm. Oh, I need to save this too. Yeah. I mean, like, shouldn't the catch just catch the error? Like, okay. Um, network error when attempting to fetch resource. Ugh. I mean, we're like, for some reason, I thought I could get around cores when using an HTTP server. Oh, this is unfortunately development is just screwing up and not knowing anything. Well, it's development when it's like a new thing, you know? Alright, I'm gonna sacrifice my morals a little bit. You guys could watch me write a horrible prompt because I'm not a prompt engineer in any way. Okay, so I have an Express server. I have an Express server. I have a front end with really boring. Yeah, man, I'm draining a small pool so I can make a silly website. I'm attempting to make a fetch call to my Express server. Um, the front end is ran using nodes HTTP server package using the npm. Whatever. It's probably a really crappy request anyway. Oh, we can just flip it on and off. Okay. I mean, none of this is really gonna matter once I like get it up onto some actual servers, but for now, yeah, it feels gross using. I don't know. Maybe it's because I spent 10 years struggling through Google searches, but I just do not like AI. You know what I should do is just self-host, but on this machine, where? Okay, here we are. Undefined. Okay. Well, let's see if we can console log what we get here. If that's not undefined, oh, we need to reboot. Yeah, undefined. Okay, so that means we're screwing this up. Um, I bet you callbacks is like totally the wrong way to be doing this. But I can't like figure a way to actually use await async. But don't you have to await the call? Unless you need to wait for it to finish. Okay. Then let me back up here. You only need to await if you need to. Yeah. Oh, right. That's not gonna work, is it? Yeah, it's a promise. Dude, I swear to God. But yeah, it's gonna return me a promise I can do nothing with. Yeah, it returns a promise. Yeah. Yeah, but how how do you unpack that how to unpack the promise? Yeah, this right here is why I hate ChatGPT. I just hate AI. And that's been half of this video. Yeah, oh, yeah, use callbacks. Like, I didn't know that? Okay, whatever. This is janky. There's no way. I need to, like, do some research, I think. Um, Again, it's funny how much I use JavaScript, just, like, not in this capacity. So, it's kind of fun to learn stuff, I guess. Then, yeah. Why is there a cores issue now? Is it because I ditched the HTTP? Yes. Okay, well, at least we got our array. It's so annoying. Okay, well, I am going to take just a quick break. Be right back. Thanks for watching me fail. You'll watch some more in just a sec. Okay, I'm back. In the last video, I was cracking up about how credentials don't really mean anything. Y'all just watched a man with 10 years of programming experience fail at basic JavaScript, so just because I program doesn't mean I program the same thing. Alright, I got a Spindrift tonight. The beer doesn't come till later, so probably go read my book at some point. Picked up, I've been reading a lot of, this isn't programming, but I read a lot. I don't know. I have like bookshelves, and I guess that doesn't look like a lot. I read a lot. Robin Hobb, great author. But I swapped to, I believe her name is Martha Wells, because I just finished this series. So I'm trying out something new. That's been fun. Been kind of on a fiction kick recently. I read a lot of nonfiction, and now I'm reading a lot of fiction. So I guess I haven't read nonfiction in a couple months because I was going through that series, but whatever. Okay, so we have no move. There we go. So I added a videos folder here, and I want to see if like how this is structured, right? So I want to see if I get videos back. So let's. Is it just going to live ping? Yeah, it does. Okay. So I guess the first, like, I'm only going to have so many of these, right? So audio, images, video, and it's alphabetical. And then I get my file pass, everything past that. So that's great. So let's do this. Let's get a div, and then we'll just div it up, okay? So we'll be changing the format of all of this, but I want to prototype it out. So ID equals images container, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so const attach image list. Okay, and then so result is an array. I guess I just don't like magic numbers that much, but maybe for now. So let's see. Oh, it's just going to okay, hold on. I want to see how this scales out. So let's get a silly little small video. Pexels again, likely to have videos that we can use. I guess it doesn't need to be small. I just need a video. What is this? This looks kind of cool. Mehmet Ooh, I'm Kilink. I don't know how to pronounce that. I am too American. That's not an excuse. America has a lot of different people in it. Just I've never been good with names, even if they're like the whitest name around. Like someone could tell me their name is like Bailey, and I would forget it. I try to be good about that stuff. It's funny what my brain actually decides to remember. Okay, that's a pretty big video. But I want to see how this is structured because if it's just like a big dump, like it's just going to be a big array that's like giant, right? So I wonder if I want to do this in a more clever way. Like maybe instead of just recursively getting everything, we do go like audio, image, video, you know? So that we can kind of, separate it out. So, um, we're actually going to do this. Const videos equals get files in directory videos. Const images. Not that any of this needs to be perfect. This is more or less just like, oh, I haven't done this stuff in a long time. It would be fun to make a thing like this. So, okay. And we might want to like date stamp stuff later. Like we want the most recent. Um, but for now, let's just organize it like this. I think we need to reboot our server here. Ooh, a 500. Okay. So, what went on? Oh, okay, there we are. Slash media. Okay, let's try that again. Great. That makes it easy. Okay. That's like more organized. So, okay. So, we need document dot get element by ID. Um, what do we call it? It was like images container. And let's go ahead and wrap that. And I hope the font size is a little more. I know it's kind of late into the video to say this, but I hope it's a little more readable this time around. And then we need also a videos and audio. Why am I like mixing up double and single quotes? It's a small thing that doesn't matter, but okay. And then let's see result. Um, can we do it like this? We'll see. If not, it's a quick fix. Let's actually do images first. Um, one is a proof of concept, and two, because it's the first one I created here. So result dot images for each. See, wait. Um, I guess it's an element. And this can likely be abstracted too. But for now, let's prototype. Let's just do. Well, we can do an href, but it's not going to go to anything. So, see image. Let's see if that works. No. Oh well. Maybe we should call the method first, huh? So, yeah, dog.jpg should be appending that. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's abstract that. I didn't think the for each would work, unlike for some reason. I think I was mixing it up with like query select all that gives you something you have to work with a little bit, so to speak. You would have to, elements dot for each, use a spread operator, but oops, let's extend that back out. Okay. Const load. How about create element files? Um, file category and oh, how do we want to do this? We say create element files and then what pass in the container image and then um, the list. Um, okay, there we go. Files for each. There we go. I keep mixing up my syntax here. Must be tired. Yeah, I'd never make it as a like a real YouTuber. I don't have the energy for it. Oh, yeah. I need to change my hotkeys because I mean to shift backwards to delete stuff. I keep for some reason I can't use God, it doesn't matter explaining it to anyone. Okay, let's let's check this out. Okay, that works. Amazing. So, create element files, videos container, result.videos. Awesome. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I must be tired. Okay, there we go. Cool. I mean, that's something, right? How long are we into this? About an hour. Not too bad. Okay, cool. Um, I wonder if I really just want like a homepage full of stuff. Anyway, well, what I'm saying is like I wonder if I don't really want individual files necessarily, or like individual file pages, but maybe I do. Okay, and then what else? We need to actually get the files themselves. Oops. Um, uh, Here, let me convert this to a formatted string. There we go. Resource name. Awesome. So let's try images. So we could probably hmm. Oh, phone's been popping off today. My wife is coming home. So maybe I'll end it here. Or maybe we can just quickly see if we can't. I'm like trying to think of the best way. I guess just another callback. So we have the file name. Ooh, we'll say category as well. Make it easy on myself. This is by no means like the best way to code this, but that's fine. I think I've reiterated that quite a bit. Like, this is not perfect, but prototypes really are. We'll build it up. Okay, so um, what do we call it? Images. Oh, okay. Does that work? No. Status 500. What's up? I'm sorry. Does it say the error happened at line 50? That's funny. Uh, uh, 36. Is that it? Really? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, media images. So why did it say like media slash media? Okay. Oh, I'm always trying to return JSON. Let's just return here. Let's actually get JSON and then const get resource. Yeah, maybe we can just have a get and a get JSON. Again, kind of sloppy, but we'll fix it out. I guess there's no reason it's particularly sloppy. It's just there we go. Oh, do that, and then does this work out? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ooh, how does that work? Because like normally with image tags you need a source, right? So JS, how to add image from server to HTML. But I don't have a source. That's like the thing, you know. Mm, so maybe I need to host these differently. New image. Yeah, but like I don't have a source. That's the thing. Hmm. Because it's not. I don't know. Here, let me console.log the result and just see like type of object. Yeah, response, and then it has. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little more. Oh, well, does that work? Image dot source equals result dot URL, and then container element dot append image. Oh yeah, I mean it's a really big image. But there's our dog. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks, I guess, for watching. I don't really care. I'm just kind of making these videos. It's a good way to pass the time. And a good way to, program. When you spend all day, every day coding, and in my case, coding less and less as a senior, a lot more managing, feels like. It's nice to just kind of work on whatever, just some crap. So this has been kind of fun. It's always fun when stuff kind of works out. So, um, yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll probably code a little more tomorrow, maybe some tonight. So, see ya, everyone.